let's have some fun. We're going to go over this syllabus together, and this is a short summer course, and I have custom built this just for you. So let's go over this syllabus together. These are the course objectives that we must meet throughout the course. Describe American literary genres, including their associated themes and techniques. We're going to do that. Explain historical periods relevant to early American literature. Do that. Write analytically about the significance of important works of American literature. And we're going to do that in his or her own ideas and avoiding plagiarism by documenting sources according to MLA conventions. We're going to do all of that. Now, let's move on down. You'll see that there are some prerequisite skills that you are required to have, and I'm sure that you have those in place. You can look at the prerequisite skills to make sure that you're brushed up on that. Well, this is the graded content. The course consists of weekly modules, online study materials, assignments and discussions, one classics essay, which is a 3-paragraph essay, one fun creative project that, yes, you can get somebody to help you if you need to, as long as the concept is yours, and a final creative essay that I believe you will enjoy. And these are the assignments shown here. The important thing for me to point out here is that failure to submit any documents is a -3. So here's the way it works. If you turn in something, don't turn in something, it's not a 0, it's -3. On the other hand, if you turn in everything throughout the semester, your final weighted total for the semester will be increased by 3 points. So let's say that you have 78 points, and yet you turned in everything, you showed great progress, you did the discussion boards, you showed up for everything, you did everything, and you will then receive a 3-point boost, which will make your final grade 81, which would be a B. Let's go on the other hand. Let's say you have a 72, but you're missing lots of assignments and all of those negative grades, and that ended up with you receiving a 72. On top of that, you will get a -3 off of that 72, which would make it a 69. This is why I always say, there's nothing worse than a 0. Anything is better than a 0. So turn the work in. Keep up. I've designed this so that you should be able to keep up with everything. And these are the weights. As you know, a discussion post is not as heavily weighted as an essay. So participant posts are 10%. And that's your discussion boards and participation. I will sometimes send out announcements, and in all caps, and I hate to yell, but it does make it stand out, I will write response required. That means that you read that announcement, and then you click reply below that, and you simply say, got it. That is what I mean by participation, showing up for your cyber cafe groups. That's kind of fun. All right, essay 1 is 20%. And that's the 3-paragraph essay, 3 polished, beautiful paragraphs. Essay 2 is 35%. The creative project is 15%. And the discussion boards are weighted 10%. So you can see the weights there for grades. Now we have continued on into the course curriculum. You can look these things over for the outcomes and the factors that you might want to study on your own. I won't take time going over those right now, but you can open the syllabus and go over those. Let's just pause for a moment since we have to. On plagiarism, anytime you use somebody else's ideas or quoted material, you must always cite that. I'm sure you already know that, but take time and read this over to make sure that you don't fall into that trap. One other trap that I've seen students fall into with that before we leave this is a student had their child type their paper. Actually, it was his wife or girlfriend type his paper. And this happened with girls too. And he said, well, I told him what to write, basically. I mean, they wrote the paper, but I told them what to write. That's plagiarism. We have a word for that. It's called cheating. So brush up your little keyboard skills and let's do it. Okay. And then I have some examples there. I won't take time on that because I want us to have a really positive, wonderful experience. And all this is plagiarism. I know they really want plagiarism covered in the syllabus, and so it is. Look this over when you get a minute. Word count and submission format. The district requires that you write a certain number of words. I will make sure that you write that number of words. Your part is to make sure that you have a word count for every single thing you write. I don't care what it is. I just put down, example. You must give yourself credit for those words so that we can come up to that number by the end of the semester. Okay? All right. And discussion boards. I've never, ever once had to turn in a student for a discussion board post. Isn't that wonderful? Everybody's generally very just polite and wonderful with each other. Look that over. Disability, statement, financial aid, and communication. Emails that you write to me need to be emails about topics. If you write an email to me and you go, are we supposed to put a word count on this? This indicates to me that you didn't read the information or watch the tutorials. If you write to me saying, I don't understand what, are we supposed to turn this in? You didn't read that. And so, as it stands right now, I don't have any tests in the course. And I'm not going to test an entire course because a few people aren't watching tutorials or reading information. That will be an individual thing. And I will be able to find that, time track that kind of thing. I don't want you to worry about that. I just want you to do the work. Read every single page. Make sure you understand everything. Go to your cyber cafe with questions. That's one of the things that they're there for. If you need to write an email to me, a video won't open or something I need to check out, 2 or 3 sentences at the most. I've had students write essay-length emails about why they didn't do an assignment. I agree. By the time they wrote that entire essay with excuses, they could have done the assignment. So please, 2 or 3 sentences at the most. I'm sure you understand that in today's world, I will never, ever be able to open any email attachments. Please do not send me anything. That means no screenshots, no I forgot to show my essay, here it is. No, I couldn't get my essay turned in, here it is. You have Canvas support 24/7 that you can call and get assistance. Never send an assignment to me by email. I will never open it. It will only frustrate you. So make sure you do the right thing with that. Here are those prerequisite skills that I was talking about, and in your time I'd like for you to review these, and if you see something that's just a little bit not quite sure of this or that, go to YouTube, find a tutorial, or find an old textbook. You don't need a textbook for this course. Everything's in the course itself. I have a couple of little fun exercises. They're going to kind of brush up some of those skills, so don't worry about that. Just make sure you're a little brushed up. This is the Carnegie unit. And, of course, we have to adapt that Carnegie unit to a course that is only 5 weeks long. So I've done that. And remember, this is a flexible syllabus subject to change. And so the fact that there are no tests on this syllabus so far is fantastic. And if I see that you are not following directions, not reading information, then I will not fail you, obviously. I will just give you a quiz for you to take that will allow you to demonstrate that you read that information. Okay? That concludes this tour of the syllabus.